Today right. What we want to do is, first of all, thank the Puerto Rican and Latino community for all their support on the campaign for the release of Oscar Lopez Rivera. As you know, President Obama commuted his sentence. He's the only person that has had two presidents commute his sentence. One was Clinton in '99, which he rejected, and then the second one was the one that he accepted now with Obama. Well, after that, we're doing this because we're going to have this event at Taller Puertorriqueno on Monday at 7 o'clock, in which we're going to do a little celebration, and it's a kickoff for the week of the Puerto Rican Week Parade. So incorporating that is when we're going to have Oscar Lopez Rivera present with us here. Since Oscar's release in May 17th, Oscar has visited the diaspora, that's Puerto Ricans in the United States, in several occasions, and has had several successful campaigns. One was a campaign in New York, the Puerto Rican Parade, in which the FBI with the Goya and other organizations tried to boycott Oscar, and it was a total success for us. After they spent all that money telling him he's a terrorist, saying that he was putting bombs and all this other stuff, none of that worked for our people. Our people didn't buy it. He was charged with sedition. He wasn't charged with putting bombs, and they never presented none of that in court. Having said that, it was a total success for us there. In Chicago, it happened the same thing. They tried to boycott the event through the FBI and other organizations, and it didn't work. That didn't fly. So now he's coming to Philadelphia, but he also has been in Nicaragua, which he was awarded the Orden de Sandino by the President Daniel Ortega. He is going to Cuba, where he's going to get the Orden of Martí by Raúl Castro and the Cuban people. So there's several things that are occurring in Latin America, but like I mentioned before, the major part and the major component of Oscar is the fact that he has been able to galvanize some unity around the Puerto Rican people. And we want to use that in the United States and in Puerto Rico to see if we can move our colonial situation forward. What does that mean? That means that maybe we may not get independence, maybe we could get something of sovereignty, maybe we could do something, but there's something that's got to happen instead of just leaving it stay static the way it is. So Oscar can play a definite role on that, because there was people in the independence movement, people that are not in the independence movement, that are populares, statehooders, Commonwealth, that all supported his release. So all these people can get all together with him and with us and figure out a way out of this colonial situation. Well, it's a victory. It's a victory for the Puerto Rican community. Let me tell you that much, for several reasons. First of all, as you know, the Puerto Rican community is totally divided between the status of Puerto Rico, between the issue of colonialism, the issue of statehood, all of that. Having said that, the only unifying aspect in the Puerto Rican community was the release of Oscar. And I think that in itself is extremely important. That had never occurred. So we think that his presence here on Monday will also emphasize the fact of unity within the Puerto Rican community. And listen, you got people that from the Black Panthers that have been in jail for 50 years and they're not getting out, and there's more black clergy, there's more black organizations than Puerto Ricans. Well, how is it possible that we're able to get all our people out of prison? And you have still Leonard Peltier, which is a Native American, still serving more than 40 years in jail. So this absolutely is a day of celebration. It's a victory, and that's with the idea that we come here for. Listen, this is a perfect example of a victory of the Puerto Rican community. This gentleman here, the painter here, his name is Elisam Escobar. He's obviously a painter, he's a theoretician, he's a poet, and he did this piece in prison in 1985. Now, he was released in 1999 after that international campaign that we had, where we were able to get the release of 13 Puerto Rican political prisoners. So not only did we start in 99 by getting these people released, we also got Oscar Lopez Rivera released just in May. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about a continuous struggle from 1999 to 2017 for the release of all political prisoners. Right now, there are no political prisoners in Puerto Rico or in the United States. So this we wanted to show. We're very happy that Carmen Febo and the Taller has this here, because this is a permanent piece of artwork that's kept here This is not for sale. This doesn't have no price. But it was painted. It was painted in prison, and it was painted with a sheet, a bed sheet, because they were forcing him to paint. They were punishing him. The way they would punish him was not giving him painting materials. So this is a sheet in which he used to sleep in, and he did this painting. So I mean, so this is something, a way of how these political prisoners resist while they're incarcerated. And if we look at Oscar developed into a great painter. So, you know, it's all dialectics, you know. I mean, they lock you up, but you come up with other ways of getting out.